I'm Alex Howard. I'm here and the Director of Psychology at the Optimum Health Clinic. And in today's video, we're talking about the lightning process and a specific workshop we put together, people which have done the lightning process that have either maybe improved a little bit but have got stuck, or have not improved, and for some people we know that actually it can be something that makes them worse. So maybe the first question, Anna, is why put this workshop together?
Well, typically we see quite a lot of people post the lightning process, as you say, in various states, and typically what we've done is work with them one-to-one to understand, how to use the tools a little better, or to understand the bigger picture of what's going on, which they haven't always got, and kind of get to the roots of things. What we found though is the 90-day program that we run is a very effective format for treatment. So what it does is obviously have some live training time, a couple of days of working together, followed by a lot of follow-up in terms of conference calls and one-to-one follow-up. There's also some one-to-one time on the course. And it's a really effective format for treatment, for really getting to the roots of things and knowing how to move forwards and then supporting people in doing that. So what we've done is we've put together a kind of 90-day program, but for people who've done the lightning process. We can't necessarily put people who've done the lightning process on our current usual 90-day program, just because it covers some similar material. So this 90-day program would be very specific to people who've done the lightning process, would be only for people who've done the lightning process. And it would be looking at some of the typical issues that we see, because there is a standard set of issues, if you like, that we tend to see having done the lightning process.
Yeah, and I guess it's worth saying that Sarah, who is running this 90-day program, used to be a lightning process trainer, is not anymore. So we want to be clear that she's not currently a trainer of the lightning process, but has an immense amount of experience having run lightning process workshops, and also working with the Optimum Health Clinic for the last, I guess, about 3 years or so as well. So really understands the bigger picture of how all of this really fits together.
And that's really what the program will concentrate on, is finding where perhaps someone's not got the bigger picture or the missing pieces. I often think it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle recovery. And often what we find with people is there are some pieces missing in that jigsaw. And what the program will focus on in a very small group, so just sort of 6 people together, will be focused very much on identifying the missing pieces of that jigsaw for them, whether it's maybe kind of an emotional component, or not having quite got to the roots, or having missed a bit of the bigger picture of what's happening, and really helping support them to work with that, to understand that, and then obviously in the follow-up, helping support them to really use that to facilitate their recovery.
And I guess it's also worth saying that there are specific, I guess, themes or trends that we tend to see in people which have done the lightning process, where it's not turned out to be perhaps what they hoped it would be in some ways. And I know that one of them, for example, is that it can very much feed into people's achiever patterns. And so if people had a tendency before getting ill as part of the illness to push themselves, it can give another tool to encourage them to do that more.
Absolutely. So that's one of the ways that we might need to address that and really help people get to the core. I also think there's often something about really understanding your core patterns, which is something which as a clinic we're very, very passionate about and we speak about a lot. I think if you don't understand the real core driving patterns that got you sick in the first place, it's very difficult to not repeat those patterns. So that's something, to really get to the roots of it. I often think it's about putting the root, not putting the weed, otherwise it's just going to grow back. And that's another core issue we see.
Well, I know that also one of the other pits it can be as well is that with the lightning process, it's one tool in potentially a much bigger toolkit. And the lightning process for some people can be helpful to deal with stress patterns, and obviously in the 90-day program we have our own way of working with that. But a lot of people that we see that come out of the lightning process have real issues with their emotions. They've just learned to kind of override them, and they haven't really worked out how to really work them and have the toolkit to do that.
Absolutely.
I know that's also a big part of what will be covered on this workshop.
It's exactly that. I mean, over the years of kind of working with ME, we've developed a set of tools which we think are relevant. And not every one person fits into one toolkit. You really often have to have a spread of things and ways that you can work. And I think that emotional component is massively important for a lot of people to really understand what's going on emotionally, how that's impacting. We also have various other tools and models that we've developed over the years that we believe make a massive difference to understanding what's happening and give the real bigger picture to help you to get where you want to go. So this course will focus very much on that, and will be very, practical. And Sarah, as you say, will be facilitating it, who has massive amounts of experience in understanding all of the different kind of subsets of what's going on.
Yeah, and I think it's also worth saying that, as with the standard 90-day programme, there will be access to a lot of support materials and follow-up materials and that kind of thing. So it's not that perhaps like people may have experienced doing the lightning process, they go and do a course and that's it. Yeah. There's a whole process and a whole structure that's around it.
Exactly that.
Great. Yeah. Okay, well, if anyone watching this is interested in finding out more, and as Anna said, it's specifically only for people that have done the lightning process. If that's not you, then the 90-day programme would probably be much more, would be the starting point.
Sure.
So please, you can email Caroline at theoptimumhealthclinic.com, or just book a free 15-minute chat and just let us know this is what you're interested in doing, and we can take it from there. So thanks for watching, and we look forward to talking with you again at some point soon.